Is KCD woke? Is it not? Who cares? Move on. I got some better to talk about. Alright. So, I wanted to make a different kind of video this time. And back then, back in the old days, I used to make some good old videos that were more thought out, more scripted. And now I think I've been relying a lot more on my improvisation, speaking. I'm a yapper, you know, I talk a lot. So this time I wanted to kind of merge the two. So get in your vibe, and we're about to talk some good game talk right before the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 comes out. So I have played Kingdom Come Deliverance in 2021. I had about 110 hours on my first playthrough. I have now played Kingdom Come Deliverance 3 times. The first one in 2021. The second two back to back. So now I want to quickly explain how I'm going through KCD1's hardcore mode and why I literally can't wait not only for the second game, but for the hardcore mode in the second game, the more polished version and the bigger world. You'll get it right at the end of the video. And when at first I started playing, I had nothing open except the game. My door was closed, OBS was off, streaming was off, everything was off. I was fully immersed for like 90% of the experience. Yes, later on I did open OBS to show you these videos because I did want to record, but I had no webcam, no mic, nothing at all. Just focused and immersed in the game. Except for that one time I did stream it because my viewers wanted to see how it was going. So now you're wondering, alright, so the second game is about to come out. You're excited. What's gonna happen? Well, a lot of things happened. I had the interview with Sir Toby. Lord Hans Capon, Luke Dale shared my video on his YouTube page, and I was very excited about all that. In this last month and a half, I've kind of been replaying Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 all over again, and I'm almost done with the story. Now, it was a little bit rushy. I was kind of going through the quest pretty quickly. I'm on a villain run, so I'm kind of being a mean Henry, one can say. That made me think, this is how you should enjoy games. And you always see those YouTube videos talking about how, well, you should stop trying to play a game effectively and stop trying to micromanage everything to the sense of like, how fast can you finish the game to move on to the next one, but instead enjoy the vibe. The best way, I think, to enjoy Kingdom Come Deliverance will most probably be by actually playing it in hardcore mode. And I've seen videos of people saying that. So what is hardcore mode? Essentially, if you don't know, which would be weird, everything that you've done in the first game, but very difficult, but not in a fake way. Difficult in a more realistic way. It enhances the overall experience of whatever Henry is meant to do. It's still a game though, so yes, there are still saves and whatnot, but it limits the saves. You can't just save as easy as it used to be before. The combat is more intense. Henry's health and resources have to be managed more carefully. The whole immersion that Kingdom Come Deliverance is known for is literally just magnified. The whole gritty like vibe of medieval times that we always hear about is really a lot more present. It's a lot less about just the story of what Kingdom Come is, but it's a lot more of how to get through it. In general, you're forced to slow down and engage with the world in a more thoughtful way, like genuinely thoughtful. It's hard for me with my 3-4 brain cells that I have, but I have to put thought into the game because you don't have a compass. You do not see yourself on the map. There's no way of you to know where you are except by literally looking around, reading, maybe talking to an NPC, because all of those things were in the game at first. We just didn't pay attention to them. We literally kind of moved past it because it's just a video game. You gotta go to a place, you fast travel. Sure, the fast traveling in KCD is already more difficult than other games because you don't just teleport there. You see Henry just fast forward through the map while your nourishment, sleep, and all of those levels go down. But it's still relatively easy. Yes, there's a chance of being stopped by bandits and whatnot, but you have a chance of escaping that. Whereas in hardcore, there's none of that. You want to go to a place, you walk there, or you steal a horse, or you buy one, or wait to get one in the story. It doesn't matter. Everything is also more expensive. So now you're not just thinking of, oh, my quest is to do X, and I'm going to go do it. No. You're thinking, wait, I don't have food. I don't have a good sword. I need to stop by a blacksmith to get a better sword or to at least fix it. Or you, because you don't have money and everything is more expensive, like it was in real life, you have to grind it yourself if you want to. In general, in the hardcore mode, your patience and skill is actually put into the test. And I know this sounds crazy. For a lot of people who've played the game, they say already in its natural base form it was. But if you really play the game, honestly, not too long later, it's not that hard anymore. Like, once you kind of get Master Strikes, you essentially beat the game at that point, right? But in hardcore mode, everything seems to still be more complicated when there's no arrows to see where you're hitting, like whenever you attack. There's no green shield icon whenever an enemy hits you. You have to time it yourself. And essentially, you have to play smart. You have to think of what you're doing before doing it, which slows down the process a lot more. Because now you're not just thinking about, oh, I'm gonna do this thing quick. You're thinking more like, oh, I have to go to 2’s because I can't read. So I want to meet the scribe of 2’s. But I can't just literally go to 2’s right now. There's something I have to do here. And I can't fast travel back and forth. And even if I do want to go, I have to look at the map, look at where the sun is, see where north is, take my horse, if I have one, and travel there. And then find the guy, because the marker isn't there. You have to talk to people and say, where's the scribe? And they'll say, oh, right after the inn to the right, some shit like that. And then you kind of find it. When you're very close to the person, then a marker comes up, because, you know, they still, like, it's still NPCs. It's hard to know by facial recognition. But overall, you have to be smart. You have to be resourceful. And all of this makes it so much more rewarding when you actually complete a difficult quest or fight without like over relying on potions, bandages, and whatnot, because you use your brain. Maybe this time you actually snuck around or poisoned that food, or maybe this time you actually knocked the person out so that you were able to fight the other guy alone instead of just 1v2ing very easily. Because realistically, why would Henry be strong enough to kill 2 trained bandits, trained in the world, in the gutter, but still trained bandits, whenever he's on like his second or third quest? What made him so good? There's no reason except game reasons, and there's nothing wrong with that, which is why people play hardcore typically after having played the game regularly once. It's made to be challenging, but it's made to be more rewarding. Bro, it literally took me 27 minutes to kill 2 bandits who weren't even expecting me, because my arrows wouldn't do enough damage because I had a shit bow, shit arrows, and I was bad at aiming. All of this made it so much harder to knock him out and kill him, because whenever I did knock the first bandit out, the second bandit was so good that before I even got to end him, the first one that I knocked out woke up. In general, story-wise too, like Henry goes through an already scripted story, and you kind of just go along with it. But I feel like in this different mode, this is gonna sound weird because it's my 3rd playthrough, but I kind of feel like I'm connecting with Henry a little bit more because I'm actually struggling as he was. Like, maybe not emotionally, obviously I'm not him, but the way he was going through the stuff, and you as the person controlling the character don't care. You're sitting in your room playing the game. But when you go through hardcore mode, everything is actually more difficult. So whenever Henry, let's say, goes from one city to the next and then talks to someone and is like, man, I've been like, let's say Ginger, I've been chasing you around for such a long time. Well, you actually feel it, because you didn't just fast travel in 30 seconds. You had to ride your horse or walk your ass down there. And at the same time, you had to actually find him. There was no quest marker telling you exactly where he is. And even if there is some sort of a quest marker or something that tells you, there's nothing telling you where you are. So you don't know where you are unless you look around at the forest, at the road going by, open your map, look at how the road divides. Maybe there is a farm beside where you're at, and now you can locate it on the farm. Whatever you do not only has consequences in the sense of with characters and story, but it has consequences on you. If you didn't bring enough food, you will be hungry and you will die. I'll give an example of how everything became hard. In the combat, for example, if you have Master Strike, it's a little bit more different, but before that, whenever you attack someone, I personally have played this game, as I have said, 3 times now, and the 3rd one is hardcore. And whenever you attack someone, you kind of just hit them, wait for them to attack you, you Master Strike them, that's it. But Bernard actually tells you to attack the side where the sword or their defense is not on. I'm telling you, in my first 2 playthroughs, I didn't care about that at all. I genuinely just hit them. Just hit them, they died. It was pretty easy. Maybe not at first, but after a while, it's just, you just kind of hit them and they just die. That's it. In this gameplay, the only way I was able to get rid of these bandits was by actually looking at where their sword was at while they were defending and hitting the other side, just to make them waste more energy blocking different sides they're not expecting, so I can actually get a hit on them. And every hit counts because it actually helps, because you die quicker. But you know, talking about combat and how hard it is makes sense, right? You understand why I'm saying this. But the real issue that I'm having now is the fact that I didn't expect this to happen, and it's in a way a little bit annoying me, because I'm a true gamer. I'm a true gamer, all right? But kind of being proven by other people telling me, and at the same time doing something that I don't usually do, which is play the same game 3 times, and the third time being even more difficult than the first 2, actually reignited my love for the game. Even though I already had love for the game, it just feels so fresh. And obviously, to a newcomer or someone who hasn't played the game or has played it once, maybe a long time ago, they'll say, bro, really? Like, you want to play the same game again, but it takes you longer to finish it and it's harder and more frustrating. But it just feels different. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it better than how I'm explaining it until now, because I'm going in every single detail as much as I can just to like objectively show you why it's different and why it matters. But unless you play it and feel it, you won't actually understand what I'm saying. I actually cared about alchemy. I cared about every single detail as much as I could just to help me out. A little bit of help is huge help. Like, imagine you were there and you had an option to do something that would help you not die. You would do it, right? That's exactly how it feels like in this game. Minus the realism of it being real life, but it's as close to it as you can get. And as I had said in the beginning of this video, there's so many people now making Kingdom Come related content that's all about drama that I just want to talk about why the first one is such a great game and it had such a low budget. And now we're expecting the second one from the same hard-ass working people that have more capabilities to deliver us a good game. And y'all are trying to make this about what you believe politically is correct? What is going on? What are we talking about? These developers, man, I swear have been working so hard, and already playing the first game I knew that, but playing it on hardcore just shows me even more how much care they've put into it. And I haven't even played the DLCs. I didn't back then, and now I don't have time. The second game is literally about to come out in a week, and I have so many things to do, but I will go back to the first game and play the DLCs in the future, because I just see how much effort they've put into this. And right now, it's evening and I work tomorrow morning. You know what I want to do? I want to go continue my campaign. I can give y'all another update if you guys want about how it went. Right now, I'm still not too far in the hardcore mode, but from what I've experienced until now, it's beautiful. Beautiful. And with where Henry's going in general, with me knowing that I will get stronger, I will know how to read and all that, it's just so much more beautiful. Like, throughout this playthrough, I've noticed that in the first time that I played, I tried a little bit of alchemy. I tried a little bit of like reading, gathering, doing some sort of a little bit of mace, sword, bow, kind of whatever, just to try it out. My second gameplay, I knew what I wanted, I knew what I didn't want. I stuck to exactly what I needed just to get through the game and have some fun with chat. Third playthrough is not as much about, oh, I kind of feel like, no, it's more about, holy shit, Henry needs potions. Henry's poor. I need potions. I need to make my own potions. I need to gather plants. My herbalism needs to be up. So it makes me feel all of the stuff that not only the developers have put into it, but what they have intended us to feel like when playing the game. And now I'm utilizing all the assets of the game in a fun way. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like, oh, I gotta collect these plants just to complete a check mark. It's a lot more like, oh my god, I want to collect these plants. I want to know what these do, because poisoning my blade, which might make the opponent limp for a second, can literally be a game changer and save me minutes or hours of gameplay, just so that I don't have to die to the same guy like 5 times when I could weaken him because I was smart. I would love for any of you guys down in the comments to share how it was for you whenever you first played the hardcore mode. I know how it was. A lot of people have made reviews of just overall playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I want to know, the first time you actually played hardcore, did you finish it? And how did you feel? Whatever I said in this video, did it genuinely resonate with you? Because that's what I want to know, if it resonated with you guys, because I feel like I can't be the only one. This is making me appreciate, it's not just some difficulty slider that makes the enemies being a damage sponge where you just have to hit five more times just for them to die. This really feels like the overall game atmosphere becomes reality, and you really need to focus while playing. And it's just so fun, man. Shit. God. And if you're one of those people that hasn't tried it, I highly suggest you to try it. I know KCD2 is almost out, but if you have time, even if you won't finish the first game, if you have the game, just boot it up, put like 10 hours in it. Just walk around and act as if you're actually Henry and you're genuinely trying to survive this world while completing quests. You'll understand what I'm talking about. And if you don't like it, it's fine. At least you tried it out and you know you didn't like it. And anyways, the second game is coming out where everything that we know and love about KCD, or stuff you might not love, will be polished. So imagine the hardcore on that. I can't wait. I can't wait. In any case, guys, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I'm making this type of video because I genuinely love being in my space like this and kind of putting everything that's been cooking up in my head just on screen and letting you guys know about it. So if you like these type of videos, these kind of like rants that's not live, that's just me talking to you, let me know in the comments about that as well. Like the video, it really helps. We hit 1,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 1,500. Comment down below your thoughts. I forgot to say it. Now I'm editing. Thank you so much for all the support you guys have given me. Share the video. And on that note,